Today we talked about multiplying polynomials and changing from vertex form that we talked about a couple of days ago to the new form we learned about, which is standard form of a quadratic. So we taught you how to multiply this, and you could either use the distributive property twice, or you could use the box method. Most of you guys like the box method a lot better. So I am going to use the box method for the homework, okay? We are multiplying two terms times two more terms. So we have to make a box that has two rows and two columns. In the first row and column, or in the two rows here, we're going to put the first term, which would be 2x and 3. You have to keep those two terms together. So if you put 2x on the top first row, then 3 has to be the bottom first row. At the top, we have x and 8. Multiply 2x times x, which is 2x squared. 2x times 8 is 16x. 3 times x is 3x, and 3 times 8 is 24. Once we have everything multiplied, then we combine our like terms, and we put everything together. So we have 2x squared, we have 16x and 3x, which is 19x, and we have a positive 24. So this becomes 2x squared plus 19x plus 24. Okay, over here, again, 2 by 2, so we make two rows and two columns. We have 3x and negative 1, 2x and negative 7. 2x times 3x is 6x squared. 3x times negative 7 is negative 21x. Negative 1 times 2x is negative 2x. And negative 1 times negative 7 is 7. When we combine our like terms and write everything together, our answer is 6x squared minus 23x plus 7. Okay. All right, when you have something squared, that means that this is the same thing as x minus 5 times itself, which is x minus 5. So all we're doing is changing that problem to a problem that we just did in numbers 1 and 2. So we are going to make a 2 by 2 grid again. We're going to do x minus 5 here and x minus 5 here. X times x squared. X times negative 5 is negative 5x. X times negative 5 is negative 5x. And negative 5 times negative 5 is positive 25. When I combine my like terms, I get x squared minus 10x plus 25. Okay, so again, not that hard. All you have to do is realize that when you're squaring something, you're multiplying it by itself. So you're doing x plus 4 times x plus 4. So when we make our grid, we have x and 4, x and 4. X times x is x squared. X times 4 is 4x. X times 4 is 4x. And 4 times 4 is 16. Remember, it's multiplication inside the box, and then once you're done, it's just a matter of combining your like terms. And the only like terms we have are the x's. Okay, so this sets us up. That was kind of an algebra review for what we want you to be able to do. We want you to be able to take something that is in vertex form, like you see in numbers 5, 6, and 7, and change them to standard form. Remember that standard form is y equals ax squared plus bx plus c, okay? So in order to do that, you have to notice, you have to multiply first. So I'm going to have to take that x minus 6 squared, and I'm going to have to make that x minus 6 times x minus 6, which is what we just got through doing up there. Now, I have to do that before I can multiply by 3 and before I can subtract 4. So the first thing I have to do is figure out what that is. So out to the side, I'm going to make my little box, and it's going to be x negative 6, x and minus 6. We have x squared, we have negative 6x, we have negative 6x, and we have positive 36. So when I combine those, I end up getting x squared minus 12x plus 36. Okay? Now that's just for this part of the actual equation. I still have to multiply that by 3. So this is going to become 3 times what I just got. So x squared minus 12x plus 36. And then I have to take away 4. So I'm going to have to distribute first. When there's a 3 outside the parentheses, that means we're going to distribute. So 3 times x squared is 3x squared. 3 times negative 12 is negative 36x. And 3 times 36 is 108. Okay? And then we still have minus 4. Okay, so the minus 4, you don't multiply the 3 times that because it's not in the parentheses. You just basically subtract it once you're done doing all your multiplication. Again, this is PEMDAS. So you're going to do the parentheses first, then the exponent, then multiplication, then division, addition, subtraction. So remember, PEMDAS tells us what order we need to do this in. We took care of parentheses, we took care of exponent, the 2, squaring it. We took care of multiplying by 3. Now we're just going to combine our like terms. So we should get 3x squared minus 36x, 108 minus 4 is 104. So this would be our final answer. Y equals 3x squared minus 36x plus 104. Notice that that is in standard form. So over here, we always take care of squaring it first. So out to the side, somewhere, you need to figure out what x plus 2 times x plus 2 is. Do not forget that you are having to make a box for this. You cannot just square the x and square the 2 and be done. You have to do x plus 2 times x plus 2. So this becomes x squared, 2x and 2x becomes 4x plus 4. Okay? Now, the problem says that we're going to do negative 4 times what I just got, so x squared plus 4x plus 4, and then add 8 at the end of it. So I'm going to distribute the negative 4. So that's going to be negative 4x squared minus 16x minus 16, and then plus 8. And so your final answer will be negative 4x squared minus 16x minus 8. Negative 16 and positive 8 is negative 8. Okay, it takes a little bit of work, but it's not too difficult. Okay, over here, remember when there's a negative in front of the parentheses, that's like saying a negative 1. So I have to do the x plus 8 times the x plus 8 first, like I've done in all the problems ahead of it. Okay, so I'm going to get x squared, 8x, 8x, and 64, which is x squared plus 16x plus 64. Okay, so that part goes here. Now I still have the negative 1 that I have to multiply that by. So notice I'm going to put the parentheses and put the negative 1 outside of it, and then I need to take away 12. So I'm going to distribute this negative 1, and I'm going to get negative x squared, negative 16x, negative 64, and then I'm taking away 12. And so my final answer becomes negative x squared minus 16x minus 76. Negative 64 and negative 12 is negative 76. If you have questions, ask one of us tomorrow.